Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Help your girl get to 150k. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel, give her a girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram, Vivalayoshii, TikTok, Twitter, LifeWithSymone. And follow me at Brashari_ for my business page. So y'all see what I got. Y'all already, not even that, I gotta show y'all I got my computer, y'all. It's Sunday. So what is this? It's a Subbie Sunday. It said in the title anyway. It's not like the title said mystery video, so I don't know why I said that. So let's get into this story. We're gonna jump straight into it. And this one is titled, My Ex Robbed the Pizza Man. Read this one. I got you, sis. Got you. She told me on Twitter too. She had hit me up in my mentions and was like, sis, can you read my Subbie Sunday? It's titled this. And I said, girl, I got you. So anyway, it says, hey Simone, my name is Big B, and that's a fake name. And I've been watching you since the very beginning, and I want to say I'm proud of you and to continue to reach for the stars. Thank you. I can't wait for your bags to drop, and I'm ready to give you all of my money. Well, I know I'm late, but the bags is here. So hopefully you got yours, sis. But anyway, this story time is going to be about how my ex robbed the pizza man and almost ruined my life. All names are fake, so you don't have to do a lot of work. Please note, this is going to be a little long, so I apologize. No, you good. We love the long stories. So it says, this story is going to be about how my ex, oops, I said that already. Okay, so back in 2016, I was dating this guy named Manipulator. Manipulator was handsome, but a true thought. Could never keep girls out of his face and was always into some mess. You ever met a ninja that's not street, but he tries to force himself to be? Yes. Yeah, that was him. During this time we were dating, he was also on parole. So I was really trying to be that girlfriend that kept him out of trouble. One day he randomly texted me telling me that him and his friends who were going to call Demon had robbed the pizza man. This really pissed me off because for one, the pizza man, out of all the people in the world, the pizza man, like what the hell? And also because you was on parole. Of course, I started cussing him out and telling him that he shouldn't be doing that. I wasn't one of those girlfriends that just tagged along when my boyfriend did while he did dumb shit. He told me that he wasn't going to do it again, and I left the conversation alone after that. That weekend, we had planned to go skating with my friend Henry, his friend Demon, and Demon's girlfriend Ballhead. I never liked Demon or his girlfriend Ballhead, I never liked Demon or his bald-headed girlfriend because they were bumps, and I felt like Demon was jealous of Manipulator and wanted to drag him down with him. Anyways, I got us an Uber and we went to the skating rink. When we got there, Manipulator went to the window to pay for our tickets. He was taking too long, so I was wondering what was going on. Pay attention to this part. I then overheard the lady say I should call the police, but I didn't think nothing of it. He comes back to me saying that the people in the front window didn't want to let us in because he smelled like a tree. We was some stoners at the time, LOL. So I said whatever and got us another Uber because we decided we could all go bowling instead. We went to the bowling alley. Everything was cool. We paid for our shoes and we found us a table. I told Manipulator I was hungry and he walked to the back and got us some food. Again, he was taking so long, so I decided to walk back there to check on him. What he had told me the other day still bothered me. So I was going to use this time to encourage him to uplift him to do better. My dumbass always thought I could change somebody. Girl, that was me. So when I go back there, I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, you're a great boyfriend, and I don't want you doing things you did the other day because you have so much potential to be great. At this point, he's listening, but he's really not listening. His attention was focused on a young lady at the front of the bar. So I continued to talk to say whatever bullshit I was saying to him at that time. He looks at me and says, we need to go. I said, why? He goes, I used a fake $50 bill to pay for the food, and I think this B called the police on me. I instantly got mad as hell because what are you talking about? Why wouldn't you think she was going to call the police? So then I put two and two together and realized he tried to do the same at the roller skating rink. But then I put two and two together and realized he tried to do the same thing at the roller skating rink, and that's the real reason why we couldn't get in. So I'm pissed. Mind you, while he was waiting on her to supposedly give him his change, the lady had already alerted the staff at the front door and told them not to let us get out of the location. So when we were speed walking to the front, he tried to get our shoe from behind the shoe counter. The guy wouldn't give us our shoes. So Manipulator hopped over the counter and grabbed both of our shoes. I ran to the table and told Henry, Demon, and Ballheaded what happened and that we needed to get the hell out of Dodge. Next thing you know, two white boys started chasing Manipulator right out of the door, and he ran down this busy street. I immediately ran out the door, and by this time I got outside, Manipulator was gone, and the police was on their way. Me, Henry, Demon, and Ballheaded went across the street to this liquor store. I'm panicking right now. At this point, everything is moving in slow motion. I have never in my life been involved with the police in no type of way. I only had one ticket in my entire life. I was blowing manipulator phone down and he was not answering. So I called us another Uber and I called him another Uber so I could start looking for him. Manipulator called back and I immediately start asking him if he was okay and where he was at. He tells me that he's at the Walmart across the street. I told him okay and told our Uber driver to drive us there so I could pick him up. Symone, when we pulled up to this Walmart, there was so many cop cars around the Walmart, in the front of the Walmart, on the side and the back. On the side and in the back. I was not peeping what was going on, so I'm thinking the cops are there for another reason. But girl, they were there for him. He's calling me and telling me how he's walking in the store and there was cops everywhere. I'm trying to be a ride or die and tell this man to change your outfit, put some glasses on, LOL. Like that was really gonna do something. Hennessy said that she was gonna go in and see if she could see him, and she did. She came back out and told me that she saw him and we were trying to figure out how to get him out without being obvious. He eventually changes his mind and says that he's just going to try to come out. I see him come through the front door of Walmart and a cop tried to grab him. He ran out the front door and ran right past our Uber before the cops tackle him. I immediately lose my shit. I'm cussing Demon out and telling him how bad of a person he is and how he always trying to bring somebody down with him. Like it was like it was his fault that he decided to do dumb shit that he did. I was young and dumb. And I'm crying, bawling my eyes out because like I stated before, he was on parole. So this meant that I just lost my man. At this point, I had not met Manipulator's parents yet, so Demon is telling me that I need to call Manipulator's dad. I call his dad and I tell him, and why this man is at the club. I'm yelling so he could hear me and tell him that his son just got locked up. At this point, I'm an emotional wreck and I told the Uber driver to take us back to my friend Hennessy house so I could drop everybody off and go about my night. When the Uber driver pulled up to my friend Hennessy house, he asked all of us to get out of the car except for her. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought maybe he was trying to shoot his shot. We all got out and went into the house. 10 minutes later, she comes into the house and says, "This nights keep getting crazier and crazier. Why was our Uber driver an off-duty cop? He said he could have turned us all in because we were helping him get away." At this point, I was fed up and I really wanted everybody to go to hell. I couldn't believe what she had just told me, and to be honest, I felt like God was trying to show me what my life would be like if I continued to deal with this man. Sometimes we be feeling like we could change people, but sometimes the mindset will get you caught up in something you can't get yourself out of. So in that moment, I felt God telling me to go home. I keep hearing, go home, go home, go home. So I did just that. I got an Uber and went back to my house. I couldn't sleep that night because I was shaken up about everything that happened. The next morning, Hennessy mom called me back to back. I answer as soon as I woke up, and she gets on the phone and tell me that everybody who was at the house last night got arrested because the cops came back and raided the home. I was so scared because I wasn't understanding why this was happening. So she said that she would have Hennessy call me when she gets her out of jail. Hennessy is calling me and tells me that the cops were following us the entire night due to the fact that him and Demon had robbed the Pizza Man the day before. They knew who I was and they knew I was his girlfriend. They knew who she was and everybody that was in the house. They came and raided her home because that's where the robbery took place. I was so infuriated. It made me realize that he didn't give a damn about nobody but himself. I had to quit my job because I was so scared to leave the house. That whole night traumatized me, but I'm so thankful that I listened to God and left. After that, I tried to be there for him the best way that I knew how, but it seemed like he wanted to live the type of lifestyle, and I didn't settle for less. Even after him being locked up, I still had to deal with him calling other women and so on. I sent that man an email telling him to go to hell and that I was done. Now I am married with a beautiful child. But I say all that to say, ladies, stop trying to be a ride or die for these dudes that don't care about their own life. If they don't care about their own life, they damn sure don't give a damn about yours. I'm so sorry the story was so long, but as you can see, I could literally write a movie about it. I hope you enjoyed this story. Yes, sis, we enjoyed it. That's crazy because the night did get crazier and crazier because it's like, bro, you just did some. And my thing is, why you got a fake 50 if you just, did what you did to the Pizza Man? Don't you got some real money? But I guess he felt like, oh, why would I spend the real money? I don't know. He's crazy because it's like, bro, you was doing some dumb shit. Why would you do that to the Pizza Man at somebody's house that you be at? Oh, sorry. And then why would you go to he plays too much. It's like, I don't know. In my heart, I would have felt like some reason you want to go back. Like, you just want to go back. That's crazy how the undercover cop, though, was the Uber driver. Like, everything just unfolded so crazy that night. Dang. And it's like, you really got to go with your first mind, because if you would have stayed there, she would have been in jail too. Like, that's crazy. Thank you so much for sharing, sis. I know you got more stories about him, so we want to see them, like, read them. Sorry, see them, read them. We want to hear about them, so make sure you go ahead and send more. Thank you, sis, for telling me to read your story. Alright, you guys, so let's get into this next story. So this one is titled, Found Out My Ex Cheated on Me Off of a Fake Unalive Attempt. Because y'all know we can't say certain words. So it says, hey, I saw a bunch of your videos and decided to give this a shot. All names have been changed. I started dating Martin when I was a sophomore in high school. We were inseparable and young and in love. That did not last. However, he was cheating on me several times before this, but I was a dummy and forgave him every time. So as of lack of trust, before classes, I would take his phone and check it. I saw this girl on his phone, let's call her Amy. Amy was flirting heavily with Martin and he seemed uninterested. And I was thinking, finally this man is acting right, and I gained a little trust back. A month passed and he starts telling me how this random girl is stalking him. And I'm thinking, boy, you ain't all that for someone to be stalking you. But as a good girlfriend, I listened to his rants. Then he starts telling me how a random girl, let's call her Catfish, started hitting him up about dating Amy. Now, I knew when he started telling me about Catfish that it was just Amy under a fake account. I would tell him that, but he would always say it isn't and just messing with her because he was bored. What? I didn't think much of it until like a month later he called me crying saying that Amy took her own, unalive herself. It was random and out of the blue. I didn't know he was talking to Amy, but I confronted him and started asking him how he knew because I hadn't heard anything. Normally the school will inform the students if a fellow student passed away. And he's saying Catfish posted a snap about her, passing away. Now I knew Amy was Catfish, so it didn't make sense to me. And I told him to just wait and see if a report comes out about it because it was nighttime. Maybe 2 hours later, we're still on the call when he tells me Amy messaged him and told him Catfish was playing a prank on him. He told her how scared he was and she replied with, good to know you care about me. Something inside me said, they are more than friends. Get proof. So when he finally fall asleep, I log into his Snapchat and there it goes. Girl, they were sending nudes back and forth. He was telling her she was his first love. My heart was broken and I saved her nudes, sent them to him, and so I saved her news, sent them to him and her, and went off. She wants to reply with how she don't care and he loves her and a whole bunch of other shit. I was pissed and blocked her. When he woke up, he saw and was crying and telling me how he made a mistake. After that, my dumb self forgave him, but thankfully we broken up now and I'm happier than ever. I apologize if this story is lame and lacks details. I'm 21 now and this happened when I was 16. It feels like forever ago. No, you good. It's just crazy because it really be the nerve of people. Like, how you gonna sit here, cheat on me with a girl, and you thought that she was gone and you gonna cry to me? Like, you couldn't cry to your friend, your mama, your diary, your dog, I don't know, cry to somebody else besides me? Like, you gonna cry to me? Like, it's very unfortunate if it was real, but like, you gonna cry to me about somebody you cheated on me with being gone? The nerve. It really be the nerve. Like, I'm a caring person, so you cry to me. I'm all you got and you cry to me. And then you telling me how the person hit you up and gonna say this and be like, oh, you care. Why are you telling me all of this? Like, some people really be like, are you dumb? Because why are you telling me like, oh, she's not gone. It was a prank and she's happy I care about her. Like, bitch, are you dumb? Why are you telling me this shit? But thank you so much for sharing, sis. Let's get to the next video. All right, you guys, so let's get into this next story. So it says, how I got caught the fuck up, he took my wig. That's why what made me click on this video was that title, he took my wig. That part at the end, I was like, hold on, wait, what's going on? So yeah, I forgot, I haven't even been telling y'all when these were sent. This one was sent to me in April. So it says, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. So it says, okay, girl, so me and this boy been dealing with each other since my freshman year of high school, on and off. I'm 20 now. We were together for about 9 months. He took my virginity, and I used to call him my first love. No, and I didn't know what love was, but that's what we'll call him for this story time. Regardless of that, he never seems to leave me alone for good. I've had so much drama with girls, all because of first love throughout the years. You know how that go. So about a month ago, I keep getting these unknown phone calls and just random numbers calling. I never answer because 1, people be playing on my phone, and 2, there's another boy that I also can't seem to leave alone, but I wouldn't dare give him the time of day. LOL. So anyways, I just ignored the calls until one day I answered and I hear this deep voice say hello. Mind you, I was all over my little house and the call was on speaker. So when I heard that, I just hung up and blocked them. I would think about that call a lot though, and it was bothering me because I really didn't know who it was. I knew whose voice it sounded like, but I was like, nah, I hope it's not first love, because I didn't want to fall back into that trap again. He tried to get back in touch with me a few times the little while we went out without contact. I just wasn't going, girl, and that's a story for another time. But yes, long story short, he added me on Snap and we got back in communication, LOL. I received a long apology that was long overdue, but also didn't really mean much. We start FaceTiming and talking constantly again, shaking my head, and we decided to link one night. Mind you, girl, I'm still talking to my little but we're not together or anything anymore. We're just toxic best friends at this point. So I pull up to my first love crib and we get to doing the nasty. I peeped that my little keeps texting me, but I just didn't respond and put my phone on D&D. So then this fool starts calling me off of all these different apps because I won't respond. Girl, this boy start blowing me the fuck up. At this point, I'm starting to get irritated. So I decided to actually look at my messages and why I got all these text messages from not only him, but my sister and mom. Girl, tell me why my mom let this fool into the house. My mom tell me that he's in my room. I guess she thought I was still I guess she thought I was still home. That's why she let him in. So I'm looking at my phone so blue because I'm like, are you serious? Love looks over to me and is like, who is blowing you up? I'm like, huh, girl, just trying to play it off. I think he asked me again, and I was like, just chill. I read a message from Lil Ya, and he's like, I know you with that ninja. I ended up staying the night because I felt like if I went home, I would have got my ass beat, girl. I was livid. Because at the end of the day, no, we're not together, and we haven't even been having sex for a few months, but definitely still have feelings for me, and we're just toxic as fuck. Next day rolls over, and I have work in the morning. I leave out of First Love crib, and I see my tire flat. Then I start driving the car, driving wonky as fuck. I'm like, no way. I managed to make it home to get my work shoes. I made it to work on time with a flat, laughing my ass off. But little Ya to this day says he didn't mess with my car, but he did end up stealing my wig. And 3 pairs of my shoes out of my room. Oh, and First Love made a post on Snapchat saying, and I quote, laughing my ass off, in her room, but she in mine. It's levels to this. Just messy and sassy as fuck. You think he would have deleted the post after my little Ya seen it? No, he left it up for entire 24 hours. But yeah, girl, I was sick. This is why I can't be sneaky. Girl, and then she sent a copy, but y'all ain't can't. He is funny, but no, why he still, since I was just about to say that, when you talked about you drove home on a flat tire, you went to work on a flat, girl, you was playing too much on that damn flat tire. That's why your car was driving like that, because you driving on a flat. I was really gonna say that, like, did you put air in the tire? Like, when did you, it'll be crazy if your first love is the one who flattened your tire because he was mad because somebody was blowing your phone up. That would be crazy. But no, that's crazy that he really went into your room and stole your wig and your shoes. Did he ever give them back? Like, did he take them and then you get it back, or he just never gave that back to you? That's probably why he said stole. Oh, that's crazy. But anyway, thank you so much for sharing. That was funny. I like that. It was short but funny, and I liked it. Okay, let's get into the last. Oh, my camera was tripping. I thought it was a recording. All right, this is gonna be the last story because it's story number 4. It's 11:14. Y'all made me miss 11:11, and I gotta edit 3 videos and finish recording 1. So yeah, let's get to the last one. This story is titled Subbie Sunday. I was 15 and he was 52. And after this video, I will be alerting the authorities. I'm just kidding, but no, for real, sis. What the fuck? So anyway, I hope she's saying like this 52-year-old like spit on her shoe or like stole her ice cream or something. I don't know. I just hope it ain't what I think it is. But anyway, it says, let's jump into this, girl. But only reason why what made me read it is because, it's a lot of young girls out there that do date older men. So hopefully this story is something that like show y'all like it's not the way to go. Do not date an older man. You're not mature. He's just saying that because that's what they say to sound cool. You're not mature for your age. I promise you, you're not. But anyway, let's see what it says. So I feel like this is an awareness video. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it don't go left. So it says, let's jump right into this because, girl, it's a little crazy. So when I was 15, I had gone to this BDSM website. During the time I had an account on there, a lot of people would message me. Usually I would ignore it, but for some reason I replied to some out of boredom, telling them that I was a minor and I was only on there because I was curious. Dumb, I know. Anyways, out of all the guys I had messaged, one guy replies back. I don't remember exactly what he said. All I know is that me and him started talking. He had me agree to this like BDSM contract thing in which he said that he would be my dom and I would be his sub, and that I will also have to text him every morning on the website, well, follow his commands. During our convo on there, he would continuously ask for pics and I would decline and say I'm scared of doing stuff like that. He would say something like, that's understandable, I'll wait until you're comfortable. And then the next day he would ask me again like as if I literally didn't decline even 24 hours ago. When I would decline, he would visibly show his disappointment and get dry. I was an ugly duckling of the group, so I didn't get any guys' attention, and having someone show interest in me was a big shocker for me. So I ended up giving in, y'all, and sending some, which he would compliment and then have me delete right after. But he wasn't satisfied with that. He kept on pressuring me to show my face. So in one of the photos, I had shown half of my face, which was only my eyes and above, and then deleted it right after. During this whole time of the picture sending and everything, me and him were planning to meet up since he lived close by. I said I wanted to meet up on my birthday. I lied the date and said the day I wanted to meet up was the day before my 16th birthday, but even then I wasn't legal. So me and him was planning this out, and then the day comes. This was my first sexual experience. Besides the times I was sexual... This is getting dark. Sometimes you want to read stuff, but it'd be like... Besides the times that she was SA by kid family members when I was a kid, Anyways, when I say this was the worst effing experience of my life, y'all, it was so bad. Oh my God. So I'm getting ready or whatever, and it's time to meet up. So he parks at a store near my house, and I go there and I find his vehicle, which was like a van car thing. And you could tell it was old. So I climb into the middle section, and he says, and this man starts driving. Mind you, this man did not book a room or anything. Everything was last minute and rushed. So anyway, he's driving to the back roads for like 30 minutes. And he has me turn off my phone. Mind you, he's an Indian man and his accent is strong. Anyway, he then parks in the scheduled area and asks me how I feel. Holds my shaking hands and then give me consent for the 10th time. That's when everything goes downhill. He starts... Okay, I ain't gonna get in... She got into detail about the situation. I ain't gonna get into details about that. Okay. Then he proceeds to get out of the car, open the middle door, and ask me if I wanted to do it with the door open so I could have my legs out of the van and he could get in while standing up. Y'all, I was baffled because this man did not just ask me if I wanted to have my cat out in the open and have passersby see a girl's legs sticking out of a van while this old man is getting it in. So I say no. Then I opens his little zipper and reveals an extra small stubby shrimp. I wanted to cry, y'all. Not only was I gonna be losing it to an Indian dude with a turn-off accent, but also an extra small shrimp, which he had sent the pic of it once to me prior and looked soft, so I thought it would grow, but it didn't grow. The only difference between the photo and real life, it was that it was standing up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. So this man tries to... It's some parts of the story I gotta skip because it's just, I feel like, you know, it's kind of like too much. Okay, so she kind of like explained about like the, what they was doing and then stuff like that. So then let's go more into it because I skipped that part, the details. So he grabs this little small travel size lotion bottle and puts some on my... down there because she said she was dry. So he put lotion on it and it fucking burned. It was burning so bad it felt like he had put sanitizer on it. So not only was my burning at this point, but he's... Okay, I ain't gonna go all the way into that. Alright, I guess he tried again. This is a sick man. This is a sick man. So basically, because I'm not gonna read all those details. Basically, he was trying to break her hymen. So okay, let's get back to it. So he drops me off further away from my house so I could walk the pain off. And he had me looking like a cheap hooker in my outfit and shame walk back to my home with my shutdown phone. The minute I got home, I deleted our whole convo as he asked me and never texted him again. Later on, I checked up on him because I was curious and this turns out this man had deleted his whole account. Another extra detail I had to add was that he had told me prior that he had 2 subs before, both legal, and he had taken the V card of one that he took the V card of one and she had bled for 4 days straight. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it was her period because his thing ain't breaking nothing. Nora was finding nothing. I wanted to give him directions on where it was, but I would have just felt like Dora the Explorer giving this 52-year-old ancient ass direction on shit he should have known by now. Anyways, this was super rushed and I know a lot of people will call me a victim, but I feel like those younger guys who get taken advantage of by older women as a child and don't see it as, you know, P word, but instead as a good thing for getting an older woman. I know that's a bad example to compare it as, but that's how I feel. I don't cry over it, and it's more like a it that happened experience to me. Although I'm glad I didn't lose my B card to him because that would have been worst way to lose it. Love your story, girl. Girl, if you're still young, I just want to say, please, 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 please stay off those websites. Please stop talking to these older men. Please, please, please. It's not worth it at all. Like, he had you cut your phone off, and he could have like took you and did something crazy to you and unalived you. He did do something crazy to you because he was dead wrong for doing that to you. Like, he knew you was 15. This man is way older. He's old enough to be your grandfather. Like, and he's sick. Like, I really hope that some way, somehow, this man gets put under the motherfucking jail, go to hell with gasoline draws on. Like, he's a sick ass person, and I'm pretty sure he has a whole wife and family at home. That is so fucking disgusting. Like, oh my God. Like, I understand, like, that you don't, you know, I understand that she says she don't see nothing wrong with what's going on, but like one day you probably are. But I just want to say, please, please, please stop. Like, it's not worth it. Oh my God, that was crazy. And y'all just had to cut out like a lot of the details because like in the beginning of the story you said like you was 15, so it's like you're a minor. I didn't want to give those details into this story, you know, because that's still like, it's, you know, like, no. But it was, I'm not gonna lie, this was hard to read. Like, it was really hard to read. That's why I cut out a lot of parts. And even parts where I did see it, I didn't even read it. Like, I'll just skim through it like I see it, and I was like, I'm not reading it, because it's just too much. But now I don't think I'm gonna read stories like that anymore. If somebody titled that, like, But for younger girls who are talking to older men, please, even though this story didn't go like in an awareness type of way, please let it be some type of awareness way, and you don't deal with these type of people, because they are sick people. Like, they are sick. Like, that's some sick right there. Not you, girl. Like, you really are a victim, because, you know, you're young, so you don't see it in any type of way. But like, the older you get, I don't know if you're still young at this point, but like, the older you get, the more you mature, you're gonna realize that it's not right. But when you're younger, it's like, you know, and it's gonna be some people in the comments, because there's a lot of people who love to victim shame and they want to blame the younger person, but he's an adult. He knows right from wrong. In our society, it's so many people who praise stuff like that. It's people where I see on Twitter, like, remember the girls who used to have grown men picking them, the older boyfriends in high school picking them up? Like, you know, it's so much stuff that people praise stuff like this and be laughing and kikiing about it, and like, oh, I used to come to school, or even little movies, to where it's like the younger generation think it's cool. Like, they think it's cool because it's people that praise it, and they make it seem like it's okay when it's not okay. Like, yeah, if y'all had boyfriends in high school picking you up because they was grown weirdos, say how it wasn't okay. Like, even if you talk about it, but still express, like, you know what, I had that experience, but that wasn't cool, you know. But instead, people be like, I was coming to school with all the new J's, I was doing it. And it's like, be somebody that somebody could look up to, and not lead them down that same path, because you know how it kind of probably messed with you mentally if it did. So it's like, I just hate how people praise certain things. Like, I feel like this generation is easily influenced, because, you know, of course, us growing up, we had social media, but it wasn't so much in our face like that. It was still new. And then the generation before us, like our parents and stuff, you know, they didn't have it at all. So it's like, you kind of just influenced by the people around you, or like TV and stuff. But like, this generation is just so much stuff in your face. And I feel like too many people speak highly of situations that shouldn't be speak highly about when it come down to the younger people. And it's like, then they turn around and try to blame the younger people, when it's like, this is all they see. They think that it's okay because this is what they see. And I know I'm going to a whole lecture. Look how this Subbie turn they turn. But I just feel like it's something like, that's why I be trying to be so like up on my little sisters, because it's like, you know, they got TikTok, they got this, and there's so many people like praising certain stuff, and it'd be like, I just wouldn't want them to go down certain roads, because, you know, certain traumas that they will have to have. And then it's like, a lot of times you don't realize these traumas until you grow up, and it could fuck with you for the rest of your life. So I just want to say, just stop right now. Now that you're ahead, sis, please stop. Like, it's I promise you, it's not worth it. But yeah, that's it. That's the last one I'm gonna do. Thank you guys so much for sharing. If you would like to go ahead and share your story, make sure you share it at Symonestorytimes@yahoo.com. That would be down below in the description box as well. Make sure your title is titling, because that's what makes me click on more. And we going Sunday straight, y'all. I promise y'all. No, I can't say I promise, but I'm gonna try not to miss no Sundays. Like, I'm gonna really make it a goal to be from today all the way to a month from now, end of August, we're gonna every Sundays. But yeah, make sure you go ahead and submit your stories. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also y'all comment down in the section below, because yeah, I like when y'all comment, because a lot of people, we be helping each other and stuff like that. Like, a lot of comments be helping me, and a lot of comments help other people. So make sure y'all comment below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.